Sup, everybody? Noah Kisser back here for another episode of Noah Kisser Live. Let's get right into it. We got a bunch to talk about. So first up, we're going to go into our first topic, and that's going to be Jumanji 4 gets a 2026 release date. So with the Jumanji movies, we already know those are massive, massive hits because they've made almost $1 billion a piece. So let's take a look at this. Sony has officially announced Jumanji 4 for a December 11th, 2026 release date. Nice date. This date continues the adventure of the franchise's unique tradition of releasing during the holiday season, with the 3 prior films also having hit theaters in December. The publication also reports that Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, and Karen Gillan, along with Jack Black, as well as the director, Jake Kasdan, are all expected to return, but have yet to finalize their talks. So this is very interesting because we finally have confirmation about a Jumanji 4. I think that's very interesting because I'm a big fan of those films. We've been waiting for a long time. In the article, they did also say it had to do with the actors' strike and the writer's strike taking a little bit of time to get going. So that's very interesting to me that we finally have confirmation. With it being set on December 11th, 2026, hey, that's going to be awesome for me because that's my birthday. December 11th is my birthday, so I'm looking forward to seeing that movie the day before my birthday on December 10th or right then. So there is everything. What do you think about that? I think that's very intriguing because if you want to take a look at what's coming out in 2026, we're going to take a look at that along with Spider-Man. So taking a look at what else is coming out in 2026, let's take a look at that. Masters of the Universe, Toy Story 5, Supergirl, Shrek 5, along with the live-action Moana, untitled Marvel film, which is going to be Spider-Man, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. We also have the Paw Patrol 3, but everyone's most anticipated right now, I think, is going to be Avengers Doomsday and The Mandalorian and Grogu. But now we have the second film in the fourth film in the Jumanji series. So, what do you think about it? Do you think it's going to be a good idea to put this back in theaters during that time? And what do you think is going to happen with that? Because December, I mean, if we're not mistaken, don't we have quite a few films coming out in December of 2026? We'll take a look at that once we get to Spider-Man. But what do you think about that? Are you excited for Jumanji 4? Yes, it's Jumanji 4. You had the OG with Robin Williams. Then you had the other 2 with The Rock and everybody else. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Next up, we're going to be talking about the exciting news that I think is very exciting because I'm a massive fan of theaters, but I also like Netflix. So let's talk about this. Greta Gerwig's Narnia movie might go to theaters. I saw this just a couple days ago, and I was waiting for a publication to finally pick it up because I didn't want to say anything without a confirmation. So we have talked about the issue with the Gerwig thing going to theaters and Netflix. Here's the issue. We're not done with that. We're going to talk about this. So, this is coming from Puck. According to a report from Puck, the film from Greta Gerwig is pushing for a limited IMAX release as a minimum requirement before the movie hits Netflix. The report hasn't been confirmed by anybody in either Netflix or in Gerwig's camp. So far, the Narnia film is building its cast, and a frequent collaborator is a woman I absolutely love. Saoirse Ronan is rumored to have a role in the film. Interestingly, this is a quote. Interestingly, our director is in talks with IMAX about putting her Narnia movie on 2,000 screens before potentially going to Netflix. If it happens, this is huge. So this is really huge. If you saw my last story about the lovely Greta, about our last film with Robbie, Margot Robbie's not done with the Netflix story yet, but Greta Gerwig, she wants to put this movie in theaters. That's smart because you will earn money. You will earn a lot of money. Narnia is a massive franchise. Not that the second and third film did much, but then again, I don't believe the third one was a Disney release. I think it was made by somebody else. Disney might have made it, but they might not have distributed it. The Voyage of the Dawn Treader or something like that, because I know they did Prince Caspian, and I know they did The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe because I saw that in theaters, and I've seen it a couple times since then. Really good film. You want to see Aslan in theaters. You want to see all our characters up on the big screen. You want to see all of the action up there. Netflix is smart. You give her a very high budget. She's going to write you a very good script. She's going to direct a magnificently crafted film. And if you're smart, you put this thing in theaters. Because if not, you're going to lose out on a ton of money. Narnia, if it's good, if the first movie is good, that's what you do. You put it in theaters. If not, then you're kind of screwed. Because one, you're sticking on Netflix and saying, oh, it's just another Netflix movie. IMAX is going to help it. IMAX has higher ticket prices, but I think what you do is you do a wide release. You do a 4,000 theater wide release. You put a marketing campaign behind the Narnia movie. And I mean, my God, with Greta Gerwig, she just had the biggest movie of last year. Barbie. She's had Oscar nominations. Well, what should have been a nomination for Little Women. She did a fantastic job with Lady Bird. She's a world-renowned director and one of the best in the business. You give her what she wants. You put this thing in theaters, 3,000 screens at least. I'd say 4,000 screens. Put this thing as much out there as you possibly can and just shove it down everybody's throats. I love that. So what do you think? Do you think that the Narnia movie from Gerwig is going to go straight to Netflix or to theaters? We will see. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts. Going into the comments, we have Luke. Welcome in, Luke. It's awesome to see you. Oh, what's up? Sav says, hello. Hey, Sav. It's awesome to see you. I'm looking forward to Jumanji 4. So am I. I'm really looking forward to that. I love all three. I've seen all three. I've seen the first one a couple of times, and I've seen the Rock ones once in theaters. I do own them, and those are ones I really need to rewatching them because I really do enjoy them. Obviously, I mean, I have a poster right here for Jumanji. But anyways, Sav also says, I remember the original BBC series, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Well before the movies. Yes, that was before my time, I think. I'm not quite sure when those came out, but I know that those were massive, massive hits. So, on to the brand new news that nobody is talking about, but I'm championing it. Wicked. We are going to defy gravity, folks. Here we go. Wicked reactions call it a masterpiece, and our Oscar chances in its future. Let's take a look at this. I think so. I'm very excited for the Wicked movie because I just think it looks great. It's looking at the box office tracking. Oh my God, it looks phenomenal. So let's take a look at a few reactions coming out of Variety. Variety is saying this. I like this. I was pessimistical going in, but Wicked is a masterpiece. Ariana Grande makes Glinda sparkle. She milks every moment with gusto, humor, and hair flips. John M. Chu added so much new life to the story that I can see why it needed to be 2 parts. Well worth the 20-year wait. That one comes from Catsy Steven. And our next one is just as praiseworthy. This one is coming from Jazz. Jazz says the world is not ready for how great Wicked movie is. John M. Chu, Cynthia Erivo, and Ariana Grande have gifted us with a musical masterpiece that is much more than we ever could have expected. Ariana and Cynthia will blow you away. The production design and costumes are a visual spectacle. That is massive news, and then this one is great as well. The Wicked movie is an awesome spectacle that pops and enhances on the big screen. An absolutely stunning vision. Leads Erivo and Grande knock it out of the park, while this perhaps won't convert many anti-musical folks and genre fans. Oh, sorry. Genre fans and diehard Aussians, Wickhards, will feast on this, coming from Simon Thompson. I've been championing the Wicked movie ever since it's been announced. At first, I'm like, a Wicked movie? Then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, a Wicked movie. We got our first preview of it. We got a little bit of a teaser. That first teaser really worked for me. This movie is looking to make bank at the box office, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes here. But the reactions are great. Now, keep in mind, these are first reactions. These are first reactions, and that's only 3 of them. So, those are coming from Variety. 3 very, very well-known sources who have seen this movie at an industry event, at an industry screening, and also keep this in mind. One cast member who has seen it is Kristen Chenoweth, who was the original Glinda in the Broadway production. She's seen it. She says it's great, but then again, take that with a grain of salt, because she's a part of the family. She's a part of the Wicked family, so of course she's going to support the work. However, I don't think she's going to bullshit. I don't think she's going to bullshit you. So there is that. But Wicked is going to make a crap load of money. These reactions are going to help it. Does it have Oscars in its future? We will take a look at that. But I think The Wicked does have a couple opportunities at Oscars. I think it might have a Best Picture opportunity, maybe, if it's being called a masterpiece. I mean, The Brutalist has been called a masterpiece. It's a different type of a masterpiece, definitely a different a different type of a masterpiece, but production design, costume design, if they add in a new song, maybe score, if they don't take too much from the Broadway score and add in a little bit of their own, maybe. It's not a sequel, so you can't do the Dune Part 2 switch, which I think is BS, but there's that. It's being called a masterpiece. Are you looking forward to Wicked? I know I am. It's my most anticipated movie for the rest of the entire year, I think. I just listened to Defying Gravity and Popular earlier this afternoon. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm defying gravity. You want to be popular? I'm going to just leave that in there. I'm going to leave that in. So what do you think about that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Sav says, Wicked is not my cup of tea, see? And that's perfectly fine. I respect that. Hey, Michael, welcome in. Finally a stream with no issues. Thank God. Yeah, I know, right? I'm behind on reviews and behind on news. So, yeah. Looking forward to Wicked. So am I. I think it's going to make big, big money. And so do the people who look at the box office. Going live for AEW Dynamite tonight. That's awesome. I hope you stay until then. I know it's Fright Night, so I'm hoping for a good show. And I hope you really enjoy it, man. Awesome. Next up, we're going to talk about this. Spider-Man 4 is set for July 2026. So that's massive, because we just looked at what's coming out in 2026. And oh my lord, if you take a look at what else is coming out in 2026, we just had the announcement that Jumanji is coming out. But here we go. Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 will... Tom Holland's Spider-Man will swing back onto big screens in theaters on July 24th, 2026. The untitled film from director Justin Daniel Cretton will debut shortly after Avengers Doomsday, which comes out on May 1st, 2026. Spider-Man Far From Home was similarly released just 2 months after Avengers Endgame, and the third Spidey film grossed over $1 billion. That's very intriguing. We'll see what happens. We're going to see if we get a Black Cat. We're going to see how much MJ we get. We're going to see how much Ned we get, because it is a 4th film. Is it going to come after? Well, of course it's coming after Endgame, but in the MCU, does it come after Endgame and before Endgame? We're just going to have to see, because that's going to be what the big thing is. Do you take it and move what happened to Spider-Man in the MCU and put it into Doomsday and slide it right in to Spider-Man 4? We'll see. What I think you should do is you should do it before, because that's what you kind of did beforehand. And and then everybody just got snapped. So I look forward to that. I mean, look what happened with some of the other things in the MCU. Very, very smart. I look forward to that. But Spider-Man 4 does not come alone. I mean, we just took a look at Jumanji 4. We just took a look at a massive number of other things. I mean, we got the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 is coming out. We also have the Masters of the Universe film, along with Toy Story 5 and Shrek 5 and Supergirl, along with the Paw Patrol 3, which is not going to be on a big. But Moana, the live-action Moana is coming out. Avengers Doomsday, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Massive, massive stuff. Great year turning up for 2026. But with Spider-Man, what do you think about it? Are you excited to see what Spider-Man has? What Spider-Man 4 has in it? And do you think it's going to be a massive hit? What do you think they're going to do with the story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into the comments one more time, and the comments say, going to see Venom this Friday. I hope you enjoy it. If you've enjoyed 1 and 2, you'll like it. It's not a great film. Go into it expecting a fun time because it's fun. It's just a bit of a mess. It's just a bit of a mess critically, which we'll talk about in just a couple minutes. Spider-Man 4. Hope it gets a lot of hype. It'll definitely get a lot of hype. It's probably going to get close to $1 billion, if not $1 billion. First, we got to see if Spider-Man 4 has Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, because we're still in the multiverse. I mean, we'll see. Sav says, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. So am I. Love Spider-Man. He's probably my second favorite superhero behind Batman. I'm looking forward to Master of the Universe as well. I hope it's good. I saw Transformers 1. I enjoyed it. I still haven't seen that one. I haven't got to theaters to see that yet, and my theater has quit playing it, so I'm probably just going to wait for the Blu-ray to come out. And I might put that on like a Christmas list or something. We'll just see. But there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Oh, wait a minute. Watched Late Night with the Devil last night with Luke, and it was awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's not a movie for me, actually, but I'm glad that you enjoyed it. The story didn't intrigue me all that much, and it's not my type of a film. I'm not into like the possession, exorcism type of films. Now, the Evil Dead films, which we will talk about with some guests hopefully next week, where we talk about all four of them. Can't wait to do that. No, all five of the Evil Dead films. So we will see how that goes. I make exceptions if I get a request for something. So if someone requests me to review, say, Trick or Treat or something, then I would do that horror movie. If they wanted me to do The Shining or Doctor Sleep, I would do that because I love The Shining. I've only seen the director's cut of Doctor Sleep, but with horror films, I'm very sporadic with them. But there's that. So we're going to go into the next topic. And the next topic is this. The Ray movie loses their writer. Will it happen? We're going to take a look at this and we're going to give our thoughts. So, we're not very surprised because it's Star Wars. So, according to the new Star Wars, in other Star Wars news, another Star Wars project has collided with some space debris. With Stephen Knight, whose Marie looks to have major contender buzz this award season, is no longer writing the new Star Wars movie that would be centered around Rey, played by Miss Daisy Ridley, and set after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. The much maligned The Rise of Skywalker. Still, we were assured that the film is still very much in development. Okay, so what you're telling me is the writer is gone, okay? The writer's gone, but they're still developing it. Here's what Star Wars fans are thinking. The Star Wars fans are thinking, this movie's probably not going to happen based on your track record, but also...
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Maybe. Instead, I think what's going to happen is this. We're all going to be waiting around for that movie to come out in theaters. And we're going to get some confirmation that it's not even going to happen because it's Star Wars. Star Wars is a bit of a mess right now. I do enjoy Star Wars a lot. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. I mean, it's Star Wars. I have a Grogu over there. I have a Darth Vader coin bank over there. So, I mean, I love Star Wars. I do. I love Star Wars. But what do you think? It's not going to happen. The movie's not going to freaking happen. It's Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy cannot get a script off the ground to save her ass. She can't get it done. She can't get around to nobody. The writers, directors, and everybody at Lucasfilm can't get a cohesive story out of their ass and put it on a big screen. They've been stuck on Disney Plus. That's what's happened. That's fine. See, I didn't watch Ahsoka. I watched Obi-Wan. I liked that. I watched the Book of Boba Fett. I was disappointed in that. I liked the first little bit of it. The issue is, when you can't put Star Wars on the big screen, sure, you're getting The Mandalorian and Grogu done. Good job. Your first film since 2019. How many films have you scrapped since then? Shows you've had to scrap because of some other issues. Fine, cool. Other things you've scrapped is because Kathleen Kennedy cannot get a cohesive story going. She can't get on board with what the screenwriters want and what the filmmakers want to do. So, all I gotta say is I hope it gets off the ground, but I really don't think it will. What do you think about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're going to go into the comments up next, and here we go. I saw The Substance. It's a very odd movie. I know that comes on Mubi tomorrow, so I might just get a free trial of that streaming service of Mubi to watch that tomorrow on Halloween. We'll see. I got a lot to watch on there. I got the new Groomsman film, which I'm not going to talk about, but I think it's going to be a good start. So, The Substance, if you want me to review it, all you got to do is request a review, and I will gladly review it. I want to see it anyways, but just leave a request, and I will definitely review it. Michael says, I really enjoy The Substance. Yes, in the group chat, you said it was a very insane film, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one. That's a problem if they can't get another movie. Yep, that's a problem if they can't get another Star Wars movie to the big screen. Yep, it's all Kathleen Kennedy. All Kathleen Kennedy. As much as I love Star Wars, I agree. It is a mess at the moment. Yes, it is. Yep. Kathleen Kennedy should not be the head of Lucasfilm. She's a great producer. Multiple award films under her producing belt. Her producing. But as a studio head, she's had a few wins. I love the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. Some of season 3. I thought she did a good job with all 3 of the sequels to Star Wars. I enjoyed The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. I don't review Star Wars. I just watch it as a fun time. But right now, it's a mess. And as a studio head, you should be able to get on board with your writers and not have 17 different things just canceled because you can't agree on anything. I can greenlight a Star Wars. Yep. They can greenlight a script if it's a good story. Yes. The issue is they need to agree on the story. That's the issue. Review The Substance. It's great. Okay. I will review The Substance on my next show then. Yes. Review The Substance. Okay. Cool. 2 requests. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Kathleen Kennedy needs to go back to Spielberg's Emblem Company. Yes, she does. She worked with Steven Spielberg, and he's had nothing but praise to say about her. I think she does some good things, but she does some awful things as well, guys. But we're going to go into our next topic. Here we go. Margot Robbie turns down Netflix for less money and a theatrical release. So, we have talked about that just a little bit, but we're going to take a look at this. In the latest Hollywood movie bidding war, the battle between a theatrical and streamer release could not have been more stark. In this case, theaters won. Netflix was willing to pay $150 million to have her film, but Miss Robbie, who is producing the film with her husband and their business partner, wanted to maintain her track record of making movies for traditional studios that put them in theaters. Her company and its partner, MRC, a independent studio, have instead been won over by Warner Brothers, and the studio said on Thursday the company offered them around $80 million plus a significant marketing commitment, according to a person with knowledge of the decision. It helps that her company, named Lucky Chap, also has a multi-year first look deal with the studio. So, she turned down Netflix. She went to WB. WB gave her almost half the money that Netflix was offering because they're going to put it in theaters. They're going to give it a marketing push, and they're giving her less money to do the film. Here's the thing. It's not the money she wanted. With Netflix, sure. Look, awesome. Netflix can give you more money. Issue is that they're not going to put it in theaters. If you get a deal with IMAX, sure. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great look. I think it works. Okay? I think it really, really works. The issue is Netflix needs to put their fucking movies in theaters. Especially with Margot Robbie. I mean, you don't want to put a movie with Barbie in it? The woman who plays Barbie, who made Barbie, starred in the billion-dollar Oscar award-winning film Barbie. Multiple Oscar award nominee, Margot Robbie. Greta Gerwig, right? You don't want to put these Oscar players in theaters. Okay, fine. You want to give them so much money just to put them on Netflix and have them forget about your film. That's what's going to happen. If you put the Margot Robbie movie in theaters, sure, they'll talk about it for a little bit, but immediately afterwards, they're going to be completely forgetting about the film as a whole. After 2 or 3 weeks on Netflix, it'll be in the top 10 still. It's just not going to be remembered. Like something like, say, I don't know, Knives Out, right? Army of the Dead is still talked about because you gave that a mild push in theaters. Sure, your Oscar stuff isn't remembered because it played in limited theaters and you only put that in theaters so you could get an Oscar consideration. But all I'm saying is put your movies in theaters, Netflix. Margot Robbie would have gave you her film. She would have worked with you if you gave it a theatrical release. $150 million and a theatrical push. That's all you need to do. I don't know why that's so hard for you to understand that you are killing the movie business. And yes, that's your main objective, is to kill movie theaters. It's not going to work, though, because when we take a look at the Netflix top 10, like we do on the show every single freaking week, how many Netflix originals are there, huh? How many Netflix originals are at number 1 and stay at number 1? Mario Bros. Went to theaters and it stayed on Peacock number in the Netflix and the Peacock top 10 for months. For months it was on there. But enough of me screaming and bitching and moaning about it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about it? Are you happy that Robbie went with Warner Brothers compared to Netflix? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into our next topic, and our next topic is this. Alien Romulus sequel is coming. So we just got Alien Romulus this past week. This a couple months ago, and we're getting a sequel. So, in a recent interview with a Hollywood Reporter, the 20th Century Studios boss gave his comments on what's next for the Alien films after, for the Alien franchise after Romulus, revealing where the sequel stands. While the film sounds like it's still in early development, but the story is still being figured out, and Alvarez, having not officially signed on to the project, he said that the next film will indeed follow Rain and Andy after their xenomorph encounter. We are working on a sequel idea right now. We haven't quite closed our deal with Alvarez, but we are going to. And he has an idea that we're working on. The two survivors, Rain and Andy, played by the lovely Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson, were real highlights of the film. And so I always think of it like, wow, where do people want to see them go next? We know there's going to be aliens. We know there's going to be a great horror set piece. We know there's going to be great horror set pieces. But I fell in love with both of them, and I want to see where their story goes. As did a lot of people. That movie made a crap load of money. and it's doing big numbers on VOD, I'm sure. I mean, it's Alien. What else do you expect? It's an Alien film. It's doing great money for what it was made for. Great idea to put it in theaters. I'm very excited to see what happens. I wasn't the massive fan of Alien. I did enjoy Alien Romulus. I did. It's a very good film. It was just a few minor tweaks here and there that I thought could have made it a little bit better. But what do you think about that? Are you excited to see what happens with the new Alien film? Alien Surgeon or something. I'm not sure what you name it, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Are you excited for the new Alien film? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Sav says, put movies in theaters first, then put them on streaming services. Yes, that's right, Sav. I enjoyed Alien Romulus. So did I. I really, really enjoyed it. So, the final topic before we get into our reviews is this. Massive news from this Wicked fan. I'm looking forward to Wicked, but I'm also looking forward to Gladiator 2. And so are a lot of people. So, Barbenheimer 2.0 might be coming. Gladiator and Wicked are looking at huge box office projections. So, we just took a look at the masterpiece reactions that are coming out of Wicked. So, here we go. They're looking to use they're looking to do big numbers at the box office. Now, with just under a month to go until its release, part 1 of the musical Wicked is projected to have one of the biggest domestic openings of 2024. According to the long range of Box Office Pro, Wicked is projected to go at $100 to $125 million domestically opening weekend, and this would be one of the biggest and best openings of the year, behind Deadpool and Wolverine at $211 million, Inside Out 2 at $155 and Beetlejuice at $111 million. Where does that leave Gladiator? Well, Gladiator looks like this. This is coming from this. Okay. An opening of a high end of our 60 to $80 million range would put the Gladiator 2 sequel in the league with fellow 2024 releases of Dune Part 2 at $82.5 million opening, and Godzilla x Kong with $80 million, Twisters at $81.2 million, and look at those totals. 267 domestic total. Massive openings. A key factor here will be the performance of Wicked, which is tracking extremely well in pre-sales. The best outcome for both films would be a Barbenheimer-esque counter-programming boost, with moviegoers uninterested in or unable to get their desired tickets for Wicked opting to see the Gladiator 2, while family members defy gravity for a few auditoriums over. Now, what that is saying is pretty there. It is case in point, right? Wicked and Gladiator 2 are looking to make massive money at the box office. The reactions are out for both of them. They're very, very good. 2 separate films. So what I think is going to happen if you don't get your tickets to it opening weekend, here's what's going to happen. You're either going to have to go with your... So say you're a married man with a boy and a girl and a wife. So 2 kids and a wife. What happens here? You can't get your tickets to go and see the Gladiator 2 film with your son. So you go and have a family time, a family day with your little girl and your wife, and you go and see Wicked. Later, you go and see the Gladiator 2 with your son. And I mean, I don't know how young your kids are, but you can probably do it. You can probably do it that way. What I would do is that. If you can't, or what they're going to do, once this gets out that there's a potential Barbenheimer 2.0, which I've been calling, people have been calling it, and I've been championing it, Gladiator 2 and Wicked might be a Barbenheimer. Do we have billion-dollar films on our hands? Do I think that the Gladiator film is going to make $900 million? No. I think it has a chance to make $500, $600, maybe $700 million. Wicked, depending on if it is the masterpiece that the variety people have been calling it. Then we will see. But I think that's a great thing to look forward to. I mean, clearly I'm a Wicked guy. I am championing the the Wicked film. I'm going opening night with this shirt on, championing it, defying gravity. But let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about the box office projections for Wicked and Gladiator 2? Do you think it's going to be a Barbenheimer 2.0? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Going into the comments one more time, I posted a package for you today. You should be hopefully getting it within 7 working days. Thank you. It is awesome. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get that package, man. Thanks for that speech impediment. Woo! Thanks for I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Thanks for the fan mail, man. It is awesome. And thank you so much. Beetlejuice was a fun movie, just not as good as the first Beetlejuice. I have not seen that film yet. I want to. I don't want to pay $20 to rent it, though. I might wait until I get a nice paycheck. We will see. I got enough money. That is not the thing. But I don't know. I'm hoping so. I want to see the Joker movie. I want to buy or rent Joker. We'll see. And I'm going to take a look at what's coming out in November. So there's that. So next up is going to be a fun marathon. So if you guys have anything that you want to say before we go into these 7 reviews, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And we're going to take a look at everything that we have to talk about. Because I need a drink of water before I review 7 films. Oh, boy. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So, we're going to have 7 reviews. And that is going to include the new Venom film. And then we are going to talk about 6 or 7 Hallmark films. So we're going to go into this way. I'm currently going to the letterbox to look at everything. So here we go. Wow, it is not in here, is it? Well, that's great. Why is it not in here? Why is it not in here? Okay, we'll just do this. Here we go. Venom: The Last Dance. Here we go. Okay. So, we're going to go into this. 7 reviews, I think, unless I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7. Because I am not reviewing... Yes, I am. Crap. I completely forgot. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to go into the reviews up next, and the first review is going to be for Venom: The Last Dance. So Venom: The Last Dance is the brand new and final film in the Venom franchise. I'm a big fan of the first one. I'm not a fan of the second one, so let's get right into this one. Eddie and Venom are on the run, hunted by both their worlds. With the net closing in, the duo are forced into a devastating and sad decision that will bring the curtains down on Venom and Eddie's last dance. I enjoyed this film for what it was. It's a bit of a mess, but we're going to get into this. So, Venom and Eddie have a phenomenal, just heartfelt chemistry. It's there. The action is very well shot. The CGI on Venom looks great. It's just, we move at a snail's pace for this, right? They don't know what they want to do. The genre, they don't know how to blend the genres here. They want to do a buddy comedy. They want to do a Marvel comic book action film. They want to do a heartfelt buddy story. They don't know what they want to do here. Once we get to the beginning of the film, there's a very funny and great scene involving Venom eating people who want to do something with dogs. That's very intriguing. And where we go here involving Null is very intriguing. Null looks very, very good. The CGI on him looks great. And I think it's going to be a fantastic thing what they do with Null. If the movies keep on being interesting. Not good, interesting. If they keep on making money, which Venom has made a little bit of money. But Venom, The Last Dance, does have a couple things wrong with it. It's that once we get to meeting the family that take them to Vegas and drop them off in Vegas, that took way too long. They mess around in Vegas. The dancing scene with Miss Chen was very, very just underwhelming. It was not all that intriguing. It was unneeded. Sure, that's how they did the thing with Venom, but it's just a very jumbled mess of a script. It's very funny. It's a funny film. It's a fun, action-packed time. I don't think it's anything special, though. I'm a little disappointed in it, and I wanted more from this. I really, really did. I wanted more from the Venom movie. But then again, the chemistry between Eddie and Venom is what makes these films. If you like the first two, you're going to like this one. This one had a more feel of the first Venom, and I enjoyed that. But Venom: The Last Dance is the final film of Eddie and Venom's story. I don't think it's going to be the last thing we see of Venom, probably of Eddie. Money talks, though. He did say it's his final film, and this has been planned as a trilogy. I just don't think we see the end of Venom. It's just the end of the Venom and Eddie story. Because with Null, who are you going to have fight him? Morbius? Oh, sure. Madam Web? Sure. Maybe you do something with the Sinister Six? Maybe. You bring in Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Hire your own Spider-Man? Introduce Mr. Miles Morales? What do you do here? I don't know. But I don't think this is the last we see of Venom. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Venom if he is in the Sony films more. But overall, it's a mixed bag for me. I enjoyed the comedy and the action aspect. The story was very, very weak. But I know other people are really enjoying it. I mean, I know a couple of my friends enjoy it. They say the same thing. It's very fun, but the story's a little bit of a mess. And other people are just purely going into that film as pure fun. And I completely understand that. So there's my thoughts on Venom, and I'm gonna give Venom: The Last Dance a C. I'm gonna give it a C. I could go with a C plus, but I'm gonna give Venom: The Last Dance a C. Have you seen the third film in the Venom series, the final film in the Venom series, Venom: The Last Dance? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. We're gonna go into the comments one more time before I go into it. I really want to see Venom 3. So do I. Well, so do I. Look at me read. 43 minutes in, and I'm already starting to get mixed up. But that's okay. But I think you should see it. It's a very good film, very entertaining film. It's fun. If you want fun, then that is what you're going to get. If you're going into it for a heartfelt, impacting story, you are not going to get that whatsoever. You are going to get a fun time at best. So, we're going to go into a lot of Hallmark reviews. A lot of Hallmark reviews. Do you think that Venom will make an appearance in the MCU? I don't think he will. I don't think they'll have Venom in the MCU because they introduced him in a Sony. They had him in No Way Home at the very, very end, and what they did with the symbiote left behind in the post-credit scene, that didn't really that doesn't leave any implications for the MCU because he goes back to his world and he's not in the MCU anymore. He was just kind of there because he was snapped into it because of the multiverse. The multiverse is still open though, so never say never. We could see him maybe in Secret Wars. We will see because technically he was in the MCU. So you could bring him into Doomsday or Secret Wars. I'm not sure. But maybe. Next up, we're going to go into the slew of Hallmark Christmas reviews and one GAC film. So if you guys are ready, so am I. And then we go into Release Rewind, Ticket Tracker, Netflix Top 10, and what's releasing this week in theaters and on streaming. So we're going to go into this film. Twas the Day Before Christmas. So Twas the Day Before Christmas is the first film in the Hallmark Christmas Countdown to Christmas windows. Here we go. This is a story we've seen before. To prevent her family from canceling the Chamberlain family Christmas Olympics, Jessie lies and says that she's inviting her long-standing, her brand new boyfriend, and they agree to spend the holiday with her family, and she meets him on a dating app. So along the way, they fake date. They do the Olympics involving a search for a Christmas tree star, a gift wrapping contest, a snowball fight, and everything else. But their feelings start to become real, and soon her family starts to catch on that there might be a secret, but Brian suspects she may be hiding the real reason for the unusual date request. As the celebrations continue, Jessie must work to keep all her stories straight and save her date with Brian. But not to mention Brian's whole... But he's hiding something too. I think this is a very intriguing thing because this is something that is going to be very mixed. With a Hallmark film, we've seen this before, but it's just becoming too repetitive now. The issue is we have too much lying. The lying's too much in these films. Way too much in these films. This movie has a bit too much lying, and I think you definitely should stop with the lying aspect. However, it's a part of the story now. This is a part of the story. It is so sucked in there. I really enjoyed a lot of this film. So, with Twas the Day Before Christmas, it's a story we've seen tons of times before, and a great performance from Amy in her first leading role, believable chemistry, and a charming family. I really enjoyed the Christmas games and the family, fun and dynamic in this film. The necessary characters got all the right attention, and none of them felt useless. And Robert Buckley plays this role to a T, and Amy is fantastic. The issue is the lying did have a small impact on the score a little bit, but I'm going to wind up giving Twas the Day Before Christmas a B+. So there's that, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you seen Twas the Day Before Christmas? Are you looking forward to all the Hallmark films? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Next up, we're going to go into the comments one more time. Hey there, Crew Ashton. Awesome. Awesome to see you, Crew. Welcome. I still don't know much about the Hallmark movies. I'm going to educate you. We're going to educate you with a lot more Hallmark. So we're going to go into this next one, which is a fun time. So, the next one stars Daniela Monet with Chris McNally, Lindsay Von Secca, and Jag Ball. So, we're going to go into this. Next up is going to be my review of Holiday Crashers. So Holiday Crashers is the brand new Hallmark film, part of Countdown to Christmas, the second film. This one stars the lovely Daniela Monet and Lindsay Von Secca. This is all about two best friends named Bree and Tony, and they have worked at the same card shop for many, many years, and they both struggle to find their true life's path. This holiday season, they decide to shake up their humdrum, and they create new identities to crash some Christmas parties and call themselves the Christmas... well, it's actually the Holiday Crashers, but they call them the Christmas Crashers. And they create new identities, and it's all harmless fun until Tony makes a mistake and gets mistaken for a lawyer, which isn't too far off the mark since she did finish the law school. So now she has to pass her bar exam, and Tony and Bree are then whisked away to a fancy corporate retreat in snowy Vermont with handsome mogul named Justin, who has a crush on Tony, even if it's not because she's lying to him. This is a very intriguing film. I thought this really worked. This movie worked. It had a fantastic storyline, and I really enjoyed this one. This movie does have a lot going for it, and it's namely because of the leads. The sisterly chemistry and the friend chemistry is phenomenal. The chemistry between between Jagball and Monet is great. They steal the movie. Their chemistry is believable, but with Lindsay and Chris, not so much. Their chemistry is not all that great. I cared more about the Brie and Vinny storyline than the storyline with Tony and Justin. The chemistry is great. Now, the ending is very, very well done with a wedding scene. Fantastic costumes, especially the wedding dress. Phenomenal. We have a bit of a different wedding for a Hallmark film, and the the dance was really, really great. I enjoyed that. The film had good chemistry between our two friends, just not both of our leads. And I wanted a bit more with the storyline. Instead, it felt forced. The big fight felt forced and unneeded because not only is being a fake lawyer impersonating a lawyer illegal, you can get in serious trouble for that. Not even gonna lie to you, you can get in big trouble for something like that. But I enjoyed this film a lot. It's my favorite film my second favorite film of the Countdown to Christmas so far, and I cannot wait to see what we get up next. But I thought that The Holiday Crashers was a nice little film, and I'm going to give Holiday Crashers a B. It's my second favorite. I bumped that up just a little bit after the grading, but I'm going to give it a B. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into the next review, and that is going to be for Scouting for Christmas. So Scouting for Christmas is the brand new film that I got to talk to the director. Thank you. If you haven't seen my review with Jason Bork, check out that review in the comments down below and in the description down below. So this was all about a single mom who meets a baker named William after her daughter tries to set them up, but she now she has him now catering her scout troops event. This movie is a big mess. It's a bit of a mess. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Scouting for Christmas is a big mess. This movie should have been a lot better. It goes out on a bit of whimper for week one. There's not much of her scouting or showing houses. She's a realtor, and it's more about the scouts. It's more about the troop. And there's no chemistry between our two leads here. Tamara Mori is very good in this film. And Carla Marks is very sweet in this film. Good-looking couple. The ring chemistry isn't there, and the on-screen chemistry is not there either. Definitely not. But there's likable things about it, and it's namely because of the mother and daughter bond in here is very sweet. There's a good feel to like a Christmas party sort of, but it felt like you could have made this film at any time and not have it been a Christmas film. There's moments here and there that work, but I didn't enjoy this film as a whole because the story was very, very weak. I thought you could have done a lot more with this film. A bit of a misfire for me, but with no chemistry and a mediocre storyline, I thought this could have been a lot better, and I'm going to give Scouting for Christmas a C+. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. Have you seen the brand new film Scouting for Christmas? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. Next up, we're going to go into this film. This time each year, I was looking forward to this film to no end. This storyline intrigued me so much. I really, really was looking forward to this one, particularly because of our leads. So this one stars Alison Sweeney and Niall Mater, starring as a married couple. And despite a trial separation, they pretend to still be a couple to placate her overbearing mom, and the ruse must just be what the couple needs to work on their marriage. This film is very well done. I really enjoyed it. However, this could have been a lot better. It's not overtly bad. It's just not memorable as a whole. They don't do a whole lot to build. They really don't do a whole lot to build this couple up as a believable couple who's falling back in love with each other. The chemistry is there. It's just this script needed a lot more work. I enjoyed what we got here. The issue is it could have been a lot better, and the faking the relationship for your mom got solved a little too quickly, and the lying between the husband and wife was not all that great. I mean, you wouldn't really forgive each other all that easily. But I mean, I am not married. I am not surprised, but let me know your thoughts. I'm going to wind up giving this film a solid score. It's just not a great film. It's better than Skyrim for Christmas, but not by much. I will rewatch this one over that one, but I'm going to give this time each year a C+. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. I'll be right back because I have to get a drink of water and clear my throat. Okay, sorry, my throat is better, and we are back. So we have a couple more reviews to do, and then we are done, and we're going to go into our regularly scheduled topic. So we're going to go into our next one, and that one is going to be for A Christmas Castle Proposal, A Prince in Paradise 2. I was looking forward to this one mainly because I got to talk to the director, Adrian Powers. If you haven't checked out that interview, check in the comments down below. I really enjoyed that talk. Lovely guy. Awesome talk. So let's get into the film itself. Despite their busy schedules and causing a distance, Olivia and Prince Alexander, they travel to Tarovia for Christmas with his family, and their clashing cultures between the families lead to various mishaps. The entire time you are watching this film, it's like a other film that we got last year with the JC films. We got another film with the same storyline where they are trying to just propose. The guy's trying to propose and everything is going wrong. People are interrupting. This movie is very well done. It's very well shot. It's a lot better than their first film. It looks like they had a higher budget. The script was a lot better here. The royal chat back and forth. The banter was great. The chemistry between our leads here with Fish and Burke is great. I love Rhiannon Fish. She's great. She has a beautiful dress in this film, which I will leave. I will try and find a picture of it and leave it right here. I enjoyed this film. It's the best film that the channel has had in a while. With GAC, they have a lower budget, but this film is a fantastic use of the money. The cinematography is great. The locations are fantastic. It's just I wanted a little bit more of a different story here. Maybe not tease the proposal a little bit too much. I thought the script could have used a little bit more work. And some of the comedic beats did work. I did enjoy the little bit of a twist to a proposal. I enjoyed that. Not giving away any spoilers and not saying what happens at the very, very end. But the ball is great. I enjoyed the chemistry between our leads here, but also the parents had a nice feuding dynamic. While not really feuding, it's more like they are on the opposite sides of the financial spectrum. They are rich and they're royal, and then they're just some regular people. So they don't know quite how the royal world works. Try saying that 4 times fast. Royal world works. But I enjoyed this film overall. I thought this was a nice little, a nice addition to the Christmas time. I'm looking forward to a third film if they want a third film. I'm hoping so. I wanted more out of the story. Could have used a little bit more work, but I enjoyed this film overall, and I think this is a very strong film. I'm going to be giving a Christmas Castle Proposal, A Prince in Paradise 2, a very strong B. I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see what they do next in the franchise. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. Next up, we're going to go into the best film of the entire Christmas season so far, and that is the brand new Hallmark film that delivers on a fantastic storyline, and that is going to be my review of The Christmas Charade. So The Christmas Charade is the brand new film, not only starring the lovely Rachel Scarson, but also starring and directed by Corey Sevier. A cautious librarian is raised by home security experts and finds herself in a real-life adventure when a blind date mix-up leads her into an undercover FBI operation, and forced to pose as the girlfriend of the special agent named Josh. She helps him track down an art thief and targeting the St. Nicholas Ruby at a Christmas Eve ball. This movie delivers. This is the best film they've had all year for the Christmas season. The cinematography, the story, the banter, the chemistry is all there. The story is fantastic. It's funny, and it's a spy aspect. All aspects. I love this movie to death. It's funny. The dance is fantastic. The chemistry between our leads is some of the best we've had in years. I mean, in maybe not in years, but in months. I really enjoyed this one. I can't rave about this one enough. It's the best film that Hallmark has had in literal months, and I can't rave about this film enough. Look at this dress. Look at the cinematography. It is fantastic. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below what you thought about it, but I really loved The Christmas Charade, and I can't wait to see what more we get from Corey Sevier as a director, because he delivered on all cylinders. I love this movie to death, and I'm going to be giving The Christmas Charade an A+. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of it, and let me know your thoughts. Okay, one more review, and then we go into the Release Rewind and the Ticket Tracker and Netflix Top 10. So here we go. We're going to go into the next one. Now it's going to be my review of The 5-Year Christmas Party. So The 5-Year Christmas Party is one I was really looking forward to because I'm a Jordan Fisher fan. And Katie Finley had a nice little start. So here we go. Over 5 years, two friends named Alice and Max, they reunite each season and work on a catering company for Christmas fun parties. While their undeniable chemistry grows, the timing is never right for the romance until the company's final season finally has to push them to confront their true feelings. This movie is fine overall. There's nothing really great about it. I mean, the chemistry is undoubtedly there. It's just they do nothing to build the relationship over the 5 years in an effective way. There's undeniable chemistry on screen. It's just this script should have been a lot better. There's scenes that work. The script just wasn't written in an interesting way for the first half of the film. It felt like they weren't really building to much, and it felt like she was just hiding her true feelings from him on purpose, thus not getting back to him in his text messages and just seeing him at a party the next year. So if you're not texting him over a year, I mean, you're not really together. You might love that person, but you're not really together. So the movie doesn't really work as a whole. The movie is fine, but there's chemistry there, and the scenes that work, especially one involving them just cuddling up on a couch and having a fun date, and of course, falling asleep. I'm a sucker for that type of stuff. But this movie had elements I enjoyed. The script was not one of them. It needed a lot of work, and I just wanted more. I wanted more from this film as a whole. I enjoyed portions of it. It just needed work in the script department. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think about it? I'm going to be giving the 5-Year Christmas Party a C. I really did enjoy this one, but I wanted more. It's ultimately going to be very, very forgettable, just like The Scouting for Christmas. So the 5-Year Christmas Party is now my least favorite of the entire year, but definitely it's ultimately one I'm not going to think about ever again until I look back at the cast list and everything else. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about it? Are you looking forward to seeing what we have from these two next? I mean, Katie's great in the film. The chemistry is good. The script just needed a lot of work. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts. What do you think about the 5-year Christmas party? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts. Woo! 7 reviews, and I need a water break because my voice is going. All right. I'm going into the comments. We have, I need you to educate me on Hallmark films. I definitely will. I will. Yep, I will join you in a drink of water. I second that, Sav. Cheers, man. Cheers. All right. So, well, we only have a couple more segments, and then the show is done. So next up, we're going to go into the weekly segments. And since I didn't do one on Friday, I didn't do a show on Friday, and there's not much coming out in regards to a Tuesday. So we are going to go into what seems to be your guys' favorite segment, and I love doing it. Release Rewind. So Release Rewind is where I take a look at what movies came out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. However, I didn't do one on Friday, so we are going to take a look at the massive amounts of stuff that came out 5, 15, 25, 35 years ago. So we're going to start off with this. 2019 had Countdown, Black and Blue, and The Current War. So with the Countdown movie, I heard that was awful, and I skipped it. It earned $42.1 million, 22.7 for Black and Blue, and 12.8 for The Current War. Going to 2009, we had 4 films. We had Saw 6 earning $69.7 million, Astro Boy, which has been forgotten about, earning $41.6 million, The Vampire's Assistant earning $39.7, and Amelia earning $19.7 million. In 1999, we had a massive amount of 5 films coming out, including Bats, earning $10.1 million, 3 to Tango with $10.5, and Bringing Out the Dead with $16.4. We also had The Best Man earning $34.5 million, Crazy in Alabama with $1.9, and in 1989, we had Shocker earning $16.4 million, The Bear earning $29.5 million, a film called Worth Winning with Worth Winning earning $3.6 million, and Immediate Family earning $5.8 million. But I also had to talk about this. We celebrated I don't want to do the math wrong. Is that the 46th anniversary of Halloween, earning $70.2 million at the worldwide box office. So there's Release Rewind, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did I make you feel old? Do you remember when all those movies came out? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. Sav says, Release Rewind makes me feel old. That's why I do it. I do it to make you feel old. And I like doing it because apparently everybody likes that segment, and it's a great time doing it. So we're going to go into this next, and we're going to talk about, we are going to go into Ticket Tracker. So Ticket Tracker is where we take a look at what happens at the box office every single week. So let's take a look at what happened this past weekend, and that is Venom earned $51.0 million at the box office, earning $178 million worldwide. That's not awful. A bit of a downslope in the Venom series. It's the final film, so it's not like the Sonyverse is going anywhere because they have a lot of plans. Smile 2 earning another $9.5 million, $84.7 million worldwide so far. The Wild Robot still going at $6.8 million, earning $233.1 million worldwide. Conclave surprising everybody and going into the top 5 with $6.6 million domestically and worldwide. And We Live in Time went up. It went up in percentage since the last weekend, earning another $4.8 million and earning $12.2 million worldwide. So that's what happened this past weekend at the box office. And as always, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen at the box office next weekend? There's not a lot coming out this next week, which we'll take a look at in just a minute. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into the comments one more time. I was 2 years old when the original Halloween came out. Wow. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Which means you would be 44 years old. Should be. Yes, 44 years old. The Wild Robot is a great movie. I cannot wait to see it. I just don't want to pay $25 for it, unfortunately. So, this is going to take us into our last two topics, and then the show is ended. This is one of my longest shows I've ever done by myself. So, we're going to go into the Netflix Top 10. So, Netflix Top 10 is a segment I do every single week. I enjoy doing it. And we're going to take a look at what happened and what is in the Netflix Top 10 this week. And what's coming out next weekend? We'll find out here in just a little bit. So, the Netflix Top 10 in the movies looks like this. Number 1 is the Netflix original Don't Move. Number 2, The Secret Life of Pets. Number 3, the Netflix original Woman of the Hour. Number 4 is Sing. Number 5 is Kung Fu Panda 4. 6 is Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Number 7, Family Pack. Number 8 is Hijack 93. 9 is Sweet Bobby, My Catfish Nightmare. And number 10 is Pixels. Going into the Netflix Top 10 TV shows, Netflix Top 10 shows look like this. Number 1 is Beauty in Black. This is Zodiac This is the Zodiac speaking. 3 is The Lincoln Lawyer. 4 is Territory. 5 is Escape at Dannemora. I'm not quite sure how you say that. Number 6 is The Comeback to 2004 Boston Red Sox. Number 7, Nobody Wants This. Number 8, Outer Banks. Number 9, Olivia Rodrigo Guts World Tour. And number 10 is the brand new stand-up special from Tom Papa called Home Free. So there is the Netflix Top 10 for this show, and we're going to go into the comments one more time, and then we will go into that. Okay, he is 48. Wow, 48. I was born in 76, and Halloween. Okay, so Halloween came out in 78, and he was born in 76. Yes, my math was way off. I'm not kidding you. My math was way off. So we're going to go into what's releasing this week in theaters and on streaming, and then the show's over. So there's that, everybody. Here we go. So what's releasing this week in theaters and on streaming? Well, let's get right into that. This is coming to us, as always, from releases.com. And releases.com, well, if it'll come up here, releases.com is showing me this. I know a couple things come out. Here we go. So we're going to go to all movies. I said all movies. Here we go. This week in theaters, we have Here with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, a film called Juror Number 2, which is directed by Clint Eastwood. A film called Levels, which I have a very fun interview with the two leads, Cara G and Peter Mooney, and the director. Very, very fun. A Real Pain, as well as Blitz, is coming out in theaters, but my theater is, are they not even going to show it? Wow, that's a bit disheartening. My theater is getting a film called Hit Pig, a family animated film. The Critic has now come on VOD with Absolution coming out in theaters, a small a Liam Neeson action film that's getting no marketing whatsoever. Endurance on Disney Plus is coming out on November 2nd. I saw this when I was pulling up the Netflix Top 10, and that is Martha, a documentary on Martha Stewart. Doc of Chucky is coming out on Shudder. Despicable Me 4 is coming out on Peacock tomorrow. The A24 film called Janus Planet is coming out on Max. And that looks to be about it. Oh, and a movie called I Like Movies is coming out. So there's a lot coming out, but just not in theaters or on streaming. There is a couple things coming out on Blu-ray and DVD and cinemas, but this week it looks like it's only a couple things. So I will have my reviews of all the Christmas films on next Tuesday's show, and I might do a show on Friday. I am not sure, but Sav and Michael did request me to talk about The Substance, so I'll have my review of The Substance and all the Hallmark films in future episodes of this show. And as always, guys, like and subscribe if you're new. And as always, like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see all of you guys next time.
So where do you go when the fire is low?